Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron. The podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Hey, 146.
Ooh, 146 feels good.
I will say this. The other day, the boys got on to me for not listening to our show.
Yeah. Every week.
Yeah, I went back and I listened to the latest episode. It was uncomfortable for me.
Okay.
Why so?
But I enjoyed it. But there's been a couple shows that kind of travel in the same circles as we do who have, how do we put this? They've borrowed stories from us.
Are we saying that or are you saying that?
Who's going on record?
I'll call out the Dollop.
Oh, wow.
The Dollop just
Dave
covered
Anthony.
an episode that we did 3 years ago. And I will say they did a heck of a job doing it.
Yes.
Yeah,
They did a really good
They're
job.
really good.
And
To be fair, they spend like an hour on a story that we spend like 14 minutes on.
Well, for sure. And I respect
It's
those guys a lot.
A fact-packed 14 minutes, though, right?
That's true.
We do fact pack it.
Yes.
But I will say this: the Dollop, those guys are very, very kind. You should check them out.
Yes.
They're incredible. One thing they don't do in the Dollop:
What is that?
headlines.
They
No.
don't do headlines.
They don't have headlines, so we have them. We big one up those guys there.
Totally one up them.
Especially because this is the part of the show people listen to.
I mean,
yeah.
And
Joe
they care
Biden,
about it.
Joe Biden,
He's been known to listen.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Steve.
Yes.
What's hurtful about that is when we find out a celebrity listens to our show,
Yep.
and then they say, "Oh, well, I really love the headlines." It's always really demoralizing for Josh and I because we're like, "Yeah, but what about the rest of the show?"
Yeah, there's other sections.
They're like, there's a rest? I didn't.
The show's longer than 11 minutes.
Okay, headline.
Okay,
Headlines.
All right, our first headline. We have a Florida man that was fed up with people doing nothing, right?
Well, that's
He's mad for no reason.
No.
Okay.
There was a known issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Specifically, there was a large pothole in the road outside of his business.
Yep.
Right.
And,
Okay.
And to be fair, I think there's a lot of potholes on this road.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And nobody would do anything about it.
Yeah.
All right. He said that they had video footage of multiple cars being wrecked, like a Tesla.
Oh.
Multiple cars.
Well, now
being
you said the
wrecked.
Tesla.
Well, that's the only reason anybody did anything about
Yeah.
it. Right? But wrecked by this pothole.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And so he's decided, listen, nobody's going to do anything about it.
Yep. I know asphalt.
I think, well, he had filled some in with cement. I think specifically he had filled this one in with cement before.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't doing, it wasn't enough, right?
Yeah,
It wasn't a
right.
professional fix.
Yeah.
So finally he just, decided to do something about it. So he planted a banana tree in the middle of the road, like a big banana tree.
Okay.
Not
That's
like
amazing.
not a
Banana.
seed.
Yeah.
Overnight,
Heck yes.
people go home from their jobs.
Yep.
They come back the next morning. There's a banana tree growing in the
That's
middle of the
gotta be
road.
Really startling.
This is probably the first headline in a long time
Yeah.
where I've been like all on board with this guy.
Yes.
Like I support this guy. I
Right.
love this.
Yeah, I mean, he said that like apparently they went to the county because they wanted the county to fix the pothole
Naturally.
in the road in general, and it's not a county road. It is
Cool.
a privately owned. And so they're saying the businesses along that road are the ones that are responsible for the road.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know
before,
how you
ever.
get multiple businesses on a street
Well,
to,
then-
to come together
That's
and pay
just
for
the government
something.
saying like, will you please blame anybody but us?
So can they put a toll?
No. A private road is a thing. I mean,
Okay.
it
Never. Nope.
it doesn't
Wayne-
have to be.
I didn't
count-
sign up for this.
Wayne's saying no, it's not.
Not in this country.
Listen, I mean, if you know anything about private roads, you're probably above our class in life. But
Hello.
the privately owned road is the thing. So I don't know how. Like I said, you get multiple businesses to agree. Let's repave this road. It's going to cost 40 grand. We'll all pitch in. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see that happening.
No.
And he doesn't either. But what he didn't want to happen was cars to continuously get wrecked
Right.
by it.
Yep.
So really, he planted the banana tree so people would see.
Right.
I need to drive around this.
Now
thing.
I have a question.
Oh, nice.
Was it
Yep.
dug up before a banana was able to
Oh yeah,
come to fruition.
did it produce a banana?
Well, we won't know until
next
about
season.
2 months. Yeah,
So 8 episodes from now,
right.
Oh,
Cameron will update us on the banana tree.
How many bananas were produced from a pothole?
Come on.
Whoa.
I love
Bananas,
it.
yeah,
I love it.
What I am curious is, can the group of businesses set up a toll?
If it's a private road
If
and
it's a
they've got to
private
plug the
road.
hole,
Bingo.
bro, charge for entrance on a road?
Amen.
Help us. We're trying to fix this road.
Amen.
Come on.
They're like,
Wow, that's
well, we
good.
don't really want to drive down the road.
Then
that
all the
bad."
businesses go.
That's
out of
true.
business.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
All right.
Bad
Our
idea.
next story, we have a Florida man
Yeah.
Yeah.
got a little tipsy in the bar one night.
Uh-oh.
Right. Just had a little bit too much to drink. So the bar basically is like, listen, you need to leave. If you don't leave, because the guy obviously didn't want to leave. He's hanging out at the bar. He wants to get some more drinks.
Right.
And so they threatened to trespass him.
Okay.
So he's like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and leave. Deputies kind of follow him out, and he gets on his boat.
Yep.
Because he had driven up. It's like a dockside type bar.
Yep.
He gets on his boat, puts, he trims the engines up, meaning now that the propellers are sticking kind of closer to the water surface.
You don't have to explain it to
I
us.
knew that.
I did to Wayne because of the face he made. And so, anyway, so now the propellers are right at the surface of the water.
Right.
And he guns it and literally soaks the 2 deputies
Whoa.
with salt water from the canal that he was in. I mean, 30 feet of water.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Is that a salt with water?
Huh?
Is that a salt?
It was salt water, yes.
I get it.
Anyways, they don't get him at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
What are they going to do?
No, the
Jump in?
jet skis are out of work right now.
Well, this Florida man, like I said, was on a mission. He wanted to get more drinks. He was at the bar.
Yeah.
So what do? You go to the next bar on the canal.
Yep.
So he goes to another bar, and they were waiting to arrest him. He gets DUI charged.
Oh no.
And 3 counts of battery on law enforcement officers.
Oh, battery.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah. Splashing.
What do you mean
Yep.
boo-hoo?
Yeah,
Boo-hoo to who?
They got splashed.
Get a little water on you.
Yeah, their guns
Got
are
a little
gonna
water
rust.
on your
I mean,
outfit?
what if like it tossed up like a sea snake or something out of the
sea
water?
snake.
Okay, here's the thing. I will give you a little bit. I'll give you some leeway.
Okay.
If his boat
Tossed up.
a sea snake, I will ask for
or
forgiveness.
a barracuda.
Or barracuda. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
chomping barracuda.
Yeah.
Goes straight to
Right
the
to the
deputy.
neck.
Oh, that would have been
But you got a
bad.
little wet. You know what I mean?
My query here is, isn't it weird that an establishment can say, here, I'm going to serve you this, and now, nope, you've had too many. Just seems like a weird idea.
No, the cutoff is a thing. I mean, like,
Yeah, but
you
don't
want to
go
protect
like,
people. You don't want to be the blame for like somebody getting so.
the cake store is not going to
schnozzed.
kick you out for eating too much cake.
They aren't. They start if you start puking on their floor,
You think so?
I see.
Yes.
I see what's happening.
or if you're just so happy about cake that you just start tipping all the other cakes over. Like,
Okay, but
you know
you're
what I
paying
mean?
for cakes.
well,
I don't know.
anyways, let's move
That's
on.
a moral conundrum.
Trim the motors
It's
and let's go to
really
the next
not.
story.
It's a business thing. All right,
It's
our
a
next
moral
one.
conundrum.
It's not at all. Our next story, we have a Florida man,
Yeah.
okay, who goes to a car dealership.
Yep.
All right, and he decides to steal not just a 2005 GMC pickup truck. Okay,
Nice.
he steals that.
Time
But he
traveler.
also decides to steal 60 sets of keys to other
wow.
cars on the lot.
That
The
makes
long
sense.
Con. Yep.
Right.
makes
He's
sense.
like, listen, if I can't drive 60 cars away, neither can
If I
anybody
get
else.
tired of this 2005 that I
Right.
stole,
God, yeah,
I'm going to
for
swap it in for a newer one.
Yeah, he chose a 16-year-old car. I mean, if you're going to choose to steal something,
For real.
I'm sure there was a better car in the 60 set of
I hope
keys that
so.
you had.
It sounded like a crime of convenience.
Well,
Oh.
probably, honestly. The first one that beeped,
Right.
like he starts
Exactly.
turning on the alarms on.
Nice.
Well, he also stole listen, okay. It says that he stole a 45-inch Samsung TV, and the auto dealership
What?
is valuing it at $1,500.
That's not
You
true.
can get a 45-inch TV for like $200
yeah.
now.
This better have
Yeah.
DVD.
What is this,
capability.
1997?
Also, 2 Dell laptops valued at
What? What's
$1,000
happening?
each. $3,000 worth of wrenches. I think that they're like insurance claims are a little
Yeah.
steep here. But anyways, so the cops start, they actually find him. They are trying to pull him over.
Yep.
He takes off, and so the call was the pursuit was called off because of a high rate of speed. They wanted to protect people.
Yep.
So the 52-year-old man then crashed the truck into an office building, fled the scene.
Okay.
Nobody was even chasing him at that point.
Okay.
He crashed it into an office
A
building.
lot of adrenaline.
Yeah.
Fled.
Yep.
And then cops found him later on pretending to be grilling on a porch at a nearby apartment.
I love
The
it.
dude was like
Thank
standing
God.
in front of a grill.
love it.
With
acting
two
like he's
wrenches.
like-
So far, I'm 3 for 3 in these headlines.
I mean,
I
he was
support
just-
Yep.
all 3.
honestly, that is pretty genius.
Banana tree, boom,
Yeah.
support.
Right. The
Wetting the cops,
Yeah.
boom, support.
Love
the
it.
only thing that gave him away was like the 60 keychains that were dripping like all around his belt.
He's like, oh, these, I'm a janitor.
These, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, anyways, yeah, he was arrested
Wow.
and taken to jail.
What's the crime?
Yeah.
There was a lot.
Impersonating a grill artist.
Our next one we have. This comes from Tampa, Florida. All right, we
Tampa,
have
Florida, y'all.
an HR director, human resources director. Okay, from St. Petersburg.
Yep.
She was an HR director at an online accounting firm.
Okay.
Okay. The accounting firm is actually based out of New York, but they have an office in St. Pete.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And she was fired for I think pretty petty things. Like she just petty meaning she just wasn't completing her job. Somebody in the office, she had an argument with somebody else in the office, and she went on to their computer and basically took away access to things.
Oh no, don't
basically
like that.
down-
Locked him out of stuff.
Yeah, locked him out of a bunch of stuff. So it was pretty petty stuff.
Yeah.
So they decided to let her go.
How do you let an HR person go? Another HR person?
That's
true.
here's
They
the thing.
They got to know it's coming.
So they decided to let her go, and before she was escorted out of the office, she goes on to the computer system.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, and now this company is like a staffing
Oh wow.
consultant company.
Right.
She deletes 17,000 job applications, resumes, and job postings, and inserted profanities into the applicant tracking system.
What?
So basically, the whole livelihood of this company, staffing,
Yes.
Shame on her.
17,000 job applications, which not only is a crime against the business,
Yeah.
it's a crime to the 17,000
Thank
people that
you.
need jobs.
It's a crime
Amen.
against humanity.
It's
Yep.
a crime against humanity.
Now, she's in jail right now.
She is in jail right now.
What?
This actually did go through court.
Good.
She was charged guilty. Her sentencing is in December of this year.
Okay.
And she faces 15 years in prison.
Nice.
What did she have? 2 weeks? How do you delete 17,000?
Well, so that was the thing. So it was saying that, she was fired, and then before they could escort her out of the building, she was able to delete this stuff. But then later on, the article says the next 2 days after she got fired, she logged in from home.
Oh, okay.
So they obviously
She's committed.
Yes.
Well, they should have changed the credentials.
Yeah.
As soon as you fire somebody, you got to change
How
those
do you
passwords.
only have them in one spot?
Yeah, but that still took some time because Gmail actually notified me the other day that I'm coming up on my space limit.
Oh, yeah.
And they said you can delete these 12,000 emails, or you can pay $19.99 for more
Pay
space.
it. Just do it.
And I
did.
went to go look to delete the emails.
Yep.
I don't got that kind of time.
Nobody's got that time. But you got $20, don't
$20
you?
bucks. Yeah, I'll expand
Oh
my
my
Gmail. So my
gosh.
point being is she was committed to this crime.
Oh, yeah.
She sat
sure.
at home for 48 hours just
Hit the delete
deleting
button.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maniac.
And adding profanity? That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
All right, our next
nasty.
headline. This is gonna be our last one. We have a 4-year-old goat,
Okay.
a miniature goat,
Oh.
Tiny little goat.
Yeah.
a cute little goat. His name is Billy the Kidder. Okay.
That's pretty
I told
cute.
myself I wouldn't laugh at that.
That's
Now,
pretty good.
Here's the crime. All
Okay.
right.
Wow.
Billy the Kidder
Yeah.
was kidnapped.
Shut up.
All right.
Okay.
He is
A
a
goat napper.
His interests include mowing yards and enjoying air conditioning.
Wait, is this
The
an
article
ad?
says-
What's happening?
No, I'm just giving you the facts so that you can fully appreciate
From
what's
who?
happening.
Okay, if you've seen Billy the
This
Kidder.
from his owner. He loves
Okay.
mowing yards, which I assume he likes to
Does,
eat
yeah.
grass
Okay.
and enjoying air conditioner. Well, the Billy,
The Kidder.
was stolen from a woman's yard and took for a spin. It says around Big Pine Key. Now this is in,
Ooh,
Key,
nice.
in the Keys.
Yeah.
Well, so later on, sheriff's officers get a report of a man passed out next to a bicycle
Okay.
with a goat tied to it.
Nice.
What are the odds?
A goat that's enjoying the AC and mowing
Well,
lawn.
no, but he wants to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's outside. He's sweating. He's
Yeah.
like, man, the sheriff's officer was like, that goat really could use some AC.
He has
Yeah.
a bandana on.
Yeah.
So, he goes to check it out. Well, they find the goat and this man sleeping in the grass. Okay.
Aw.
Tied to the goat was tied to the bike. And they ended up returning the goat to the owner.
Mhm.
Well, when the owner gets the goat, he's like, this goat is drunk.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
what?
Yes, the goat is drunk.
Apparently, Billy the Kidder likes to drink too.
Well, Billy
Yeah.
the Kidder, whoever he was tied up with,
Yeah.
that guy was also drunk. That's why he was sleeping in the grass.
Wow.
So they had been giving Billy the Kidder beer, it turns out,
Amen.
but he was being passed around all day for about 6 hours to different people.
Okay,
And
is that a
were
picture?
yeah, that's a picture of him that were panhandling, and they were using Billy the Kidder
Yep.
as like
A tool.
as a tool.
Watch
while
him
they were
drink a beer for
panhandling.
$5.
I guarantee you that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
was happening.
Now, okay, here's the thing.
I wouldn't support
We're
it.
gonna give this this Bush Light to this goat.
I don't think you should give beer to a goat.
No,
Is that
it's a
But
waste of beer.
Yeah.
But here's
I
the
mean-
thing. It is mean.
of the
It's
goat.
mean to a goat.
of a lawnmower?
But I guarantee you that goat's having a pretty good day.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
You
Pass me around and give me alcohol. I've always said
And
that.
then let me take a nap. You have always said that.
I've
You
said
have
that
said
since
that a
high
That's
lot.
the
school.
weirdest part of this whole thing. Hey, fellas.
Joshua.
Hey, Josh.
So I got a letter.
Okay.
This one comes from Christiana Soderreith
Awesome.
from Vero Beach, Florida.
Come
Soda
on.
Yeah.
Love it.
Interesting.
Christiana.
They said it's my first year in college.
Okay.
Wow.
I've lived at home my entire life, and
That's
now
fine.
I'm in a dorm.
Ugh.
Dorm life is not as I expected it.
Right.
Right.
Did you guys stay in a dorm?
Mm.
And can you tell me a story about it to make me feel better?
Okay.
I know for a fact Wayne has the craziest dorm stories
He
of
has a
anybody I know.
Because he
Bro.
went to a...
That's not even a joke.
No.
Like, the man put an alligator in a shower.
Thank you for saying that.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a spoiler for your story or not. But,
I wasn't. No, that to show you how crazy my dorm life was.
Yes, please.
The alligator in the shower didn't make the cut.
I don't know what the statute of limitations is on
Yeah,
that.
you didn't tell Gatorland that.
I didn't.
The
Okay.
kidnapping of an
And I
alligator.
refused to.
All right, go ahead. You can go first.
Okay, so I went to a very small private. Well, it's not very small actually.
Sounds nice.
Christian
It's hu-
college.
It's huge now.
Yeah, it's huge now. It was a very conservative college, which is fine. But the rules were different. Okay, and one of the rules was no dancing.
What?
You could not dance. They had a no dancing
okay.
rule.
Like,
Is
in
this the
public?
movie? Is
Yeah,
this that
it was-
movie?
Yeah. And so basically one evening, my roommates and I decided that we were going to take the biggest speakers we could find,
Perfect.
Okay.
put them out on the balcony,
Mm.
and
Wow,
we were
fancy.
going to
Oh.
wait until the lunch hour was over. Okay, so people were like leaving the lunchroom,
Yes.
going to their next class.
Yep.
Perfect.
That was when there was the most traffic in the quad.
Oh, the quad. This is nice.
And we decided to play a song on repeat,
Mhm.
leave our dorm, lock the door behind us,
Mhm.
and see what happens. Okay.
Perfect.
Now,
okay.
prior to this, we had, for some odd reason, down the road from the university in the dumpster, we found a discarded billboard. So they had pulled the billboard down,
Oh, the big banner.
yeah, folded it up and put it away.
Fun.
And it was like a Revlon billboard.
Okay.
A lady was like, her hair's blowing in the
Lipstick.
wind. Yeah, lipstick,
Yeah.
right. We draped that over the balcony.
Right.
A picture of this, late 90s, just
Revlon girl.
Revlon girl.
Yep.
And over the speakers, we are playing this song that goes, "When I think about you, I touch myself."
Well, that seems inappropriate.
That seems, yep.
Okay, I'll take
Strike
a flag.
one.
Just
I'll
on
take a-
multiple levels.
I'll take a flag for that one.
Because there are other options. You
But
can
this-
dance if you want to.
Yeah, but
Right.
that song is
Ooh, I
so.
want to dance with somebody.
The song is so catchy, though. It's so catchy.
Go on.
Footloose.
We put it on
Footloose.
repeat. and we leave our rooms, lock the door behind us.
I'm unfamiliar. Would you mind?
Nope.
Refreshing?
You can Google that song.
Okay.
But when I tell you that every kid stopped and danced, I mean, we're talking 100 kids.
Oh, gosh.
Come out of the lunchroom, and they're dancing on the quad. They're having a good time. This song's on repeat.
Yep.
Right when you think it's over with, boom, it starts again. So my roommates and I are down there dancing, having a good time, celebrating life.
Yep.
Golf carts start pulling up left and right.
Oh,
the administration,
you're in trouble.
they're so upset, dude.
Yeah.
They're furious because not only is there a no dancing rule on campus,
no touching yourself.
now we've got
that's a big rule. On
now
that
we're
campus.
having a huge dance festival to a song that they do not approve of at all.
No.
And so we get busted. It wasn't hard to look at the balcony and kind of count the windows and go, okay,
That's that room.
I know who lives there.
There's a big Irish flag in the window.
Yeah, they knew it was me.
Oh, God.
So we go to the dean's office and we get written up. And at the school, you had to pay a fine. So if you get written up, the punishment was
seems
financial.
very
Yeah.
medieval.
Aren't
So-
you paying enough to go there?
You would think so. So we get fined for planning and strategizing a dance party.
Wow.
And I said to the
they
dean,
give you a lot of credit.
right, exactly. I said to the dean, there was zero planning that went into this.
Right.
I would like that removed. This is hand to God. This is true. Hand
You
to God.
sassed
He
him.
crosses it out, and on my fine that I still have today, it says impromptu dance party.
What?
That's amazing.
I got fined
Yeah.
for an impromptu dance party, and I will let you know I'm a legend at that school, so I don't regret it at all.
Okay, wow.
At all.
For the impromptu dance party.
And I want to say
Amy Alligator.
to Mr. Dean Johnson,
Okay,
if
go
you're
ahead.
listening to this
His name
show,
was Dean?
I'm just making it up.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you know who you are. You listen,
Yep.
and you were wrong for that. Okay.
I agree.
Wow. Can
Yeah.
you beat that?
Yeah.
Cameron?
I gave freedom to people.
You sure
Well,
did.
The
they
freedom
didn't
of
need it
dance.
though. They didn't really need it.
Okay.
So when I went to FSU,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
okay.
didn't live in a dorm, but
Wait, where'd you go to school?
FSU?
What's that stand
Florida
for?
State University?
Florida
Oh.
State University. We
Okay.
had a tough game on Saturday night. It was a good game.
Nope. That's
We didn't
not-
win though.
Okay.
So, anyways, it was heartbreaking.
That's
So I lived in an apartment building right off of campus.
Okay.
Oh,
Actually,
nice.
the Florida State football team
Here
also
we
lived
go.
there.
No
which is I
way.
didn't know that when we started living there. But then you see like
sure.
these giant
men.
giant men, 7 foot tall,
They're
like
supposed to be
400
22.
pounds. And I'm like, am I not supposed to be here?
Right.
So, anyways, I'm living there with a couple guys. Everything's fine. We get through the whole first year,
Right,
and it
okay.
was pretty easy. We had like a couple weird instances with like 3 o'clock in the morning, the fire alarms went off, and we had to like go outside. But it was like normal stuff.
Oh, was it like
right?
a football drill?
Yeah, it was
Right.
like I think it was an alarm that they set.
Do
for
some
football,
push-ups.
Football camp.
Right.
But anyways, the next year, okay, my second year up there,
Okay.
Go on.
we go, between the first and second year, I go home for summer. All right. When I come back, during that whole 2 months, the air conditioner had leaked. Like the water had,
Ew.
condensation had leaked, and there
Stank.
was like mold, and like it was wet everywhere in that apartment.
Oh.
And so we went to the management. I had to move apartments. They're like, well,
Nice.
we're gonna fix this, but then we're gonna move you back.
Right.
So I had to move to another apartment.
Cool.
I lived there for like a few weeks, and then I had to move back into my original apartment,
Yes.
and it was fine. Like they had
Right.
fixed everything.
Did they?
And then so I was living there, and then I get this call one day that said, "Hey, would you be interested in moving apartments?"
Hmm.
It's
Again.
like from the management.
It's not
Right.
a hobby of mine.
Right.
so-
I'm like, this is really inconvenient. I've
Yeah.
already moved twice. Like, they're like, well, we have this guy that broke his leg. He lives on the 3rd story,
Okay.
and
Why are
he,
you the
there's no elevators.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so he lives on the 3rd story, and he, if you're on the 1st floor, he's on the 3rd.
Yeah.
The guy's mom wants to pay you $800 to move to the 3rd floor.
Come on.
Paradome?
And I'm
Yes.
like-
a month?
Say no more.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll
Done.
back up right now.
Yeah.
You paying me to move?
Yeah, and so I moved up to the 3rd floor, met this guy. He came down and chilled in my apartment. He had a sugar glider
Oh.
in his pocket.
Oh,
Like,
he's
you know
a cool guy.
the little
Yep.
flying
Squirrel.
squirrels?
Mhm.
Right.
And so he had one of those little sugar gliders. Cool guy. But
Wait, the one-legged guy had a squirrel in his pocket?
yes.
He still had a leg. It was just broken.
Oh, gotcha.
It was
okay.
it was broken.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't removed.
But he still had the squirrel in his pocket. But
Yeah.
so we moved. I had to help
Didn't
him
help
move.
the fall, though.
I ended up having to help him move down
What?
because he had one leg.
That's
I
his
mean,
problem.
one working
Yeah.
leg. And so I don't know, dude. I lived in 4 different apartments during this time.
Wow.
And then after we were done, his mom's like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you guys money for food." And he's like, "Dude, my mom gave me $100 to take you out to dinner." I'm like,
Nice.
what is happening?
I
Like,
love
I'm
it.
being paid and like
Yeah.
wined and
To be
dined
friends.
to
So-
be friends with this. That's what
Yeah.
I thought. We
Yeah.
go to like this fancy sushi place.
Whoa. At candlelight.
Like
How'd he get there?
30 minutes into it, this little squirrel pokes his head. What? I'm not kidding.
Was he feeding it?
No, he would
I
take
love
it to
it.
class every day.
Oh my God.
This
I
little
love
squirrel
that.
pops his head out. I'm like,
Yeah.
what
Keep-
is happening? I lived in 4 different,
I love it.
within 3 months. I
I
lived in
love it.
4 apartments in this
crazy.
one complex.
That's
And then your best
inconvenient.
friend was a one-legged guy with a squirrel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Honestly, we
Yeah.
never talked after he
Oh,
went
yeah?
out. No,
After
we never
sushi?
She's
did.
like, bro, your mom stopped paying me. So
Exactly. I'm like, I'm not being paid to be your friend
Right.
anymore.
Goodness.
We're
That's
done.
amazing.
Man, my story's so related to buying friends. It's odd.
Is it really?
No, not even close. So I went to college 3 times.
Okay.
but
Yeah.
didn't-
Okay.
Congratulations,
Thank
smart boy.
you.
Yeah, dude, 3 degrees.
3 degrees. That's right. Didn't live in a dorm though.
Okay.
Okay.
So the closest I can relate to this
Yeah.
is my recent trip into apartment life.
Okay, that's right. You did move recently.
So apartment life, from what I remember, was terrible,
Okay.
and now is terrible.
Okay.
But now there are, I don't know, new features.
Okay.
So, you go tour all these and they're like, these are our amenities and these are features.
Sure.
And then you sign on the dotted line and then they're
Well,
like,
those are you want those things. Though.
you do.
Yeah.
And then they go, well, there's a fee and it's mandatory.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this new place I'm at, obviously have pet fee.
Right.
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 That's just because my dog is alive and within their space.
You're
Okay.
paying for
Well,
your dog to be alive in
makes
their
sense.
space.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
$25.
Right.
The new one.
A year.
No, a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The new one is Valet Garbage.
Come
What?
again?
Yeah, Valet Garbage is a new concept for me.
What now?
Valet Garbage allows you to pay them so that you can throw away four 13-gallon bags of garbage a week. Any more than that, nish. You don't get. You have to
Really?
take it to the dumpster, but you can put your bag outside and they'll take it 4 times a week.
But you have to pay this.
You have to pay. It's mandatory.
Wait, you can't take your own garbage to the dumpster.
You can, and you have to because everybody makes more garbage than a 13-gallon bag. And the garbage can they provide you must be like 14 gallons because every bag I've tried doesn't fit. So
Right.
it just keeps falling off.
So the smallest possible amount of garbage.
Yep. And it's full.
Okay.
It's kind
Okay.
of a bad deal, but it's mandatory.
But if you've already had your allowance for like that week, they'll just
Yeah.
skip you over.
Yeah. If you put 2 bags out there, they're taking 1.
And
No
leaving the
way.
other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You
That's
put them
kinda
out right
petty.
outside your door. It's apartment life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a contract. You did it.
Okay. So, one that I kind of stumbled into is this long walk around the apartments. There are like poles with like dog poo bags
Right.
and like garbage cans.
Right.
That's another $3 a month.
Wait, you're paying for the poles?
I'm paying for the access to the poo bag.
Oh, perfect.
But
Yeah.
how much do you pay if you just let your dog poo and you don't pick it
Well,
up?
that's the pickle.
Or if you have your own bags.
Now, still, you have a dog, mandatory $3, not built into the $25 pet fee.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
just because your dog's alive.
I got you.
I feel like you're just getting started.
I really. I think this is actually going to be an ongoing thing.
Really?
Because this story has slowly cracked its way open.
Now, are they changing this monthly or did you just not read the contract and like you're finding things now?
So I didn't exactly read it, but apparently this is pretty new
Okay.
on the
Right.
newsletter
Right.
that I've
Somebody
gotten.
came in, they're like, we could charge for these bags.
Oh, and they do. So around this kind of loop where people walk,
Right.
right.
there are between like the dog poo bags, there are signs that
Mhm.
remind you to pick up your poo.
Sure.
No.
Because you forget sometimes.
Yeah. So I wrote them down. And they're very docile. They're very friendly.
These are signs on your in the yard, in the complex.
property.
Yep. Right.
Let everyone enjoy the loop. Scoop your poop.
Okay.
That's pretty smart.
Right?
I like it.
Don't know if you heard. Good owners pick up the dog turds.
okay.
They do get a little risky, but I think it's like because it's like
There's
USF.
a bit too many syllables in that one.
Well, there's a little bit too much about dog poop in this whole segment.
Yeah. And you're paying for this.
Don't forget to take doggy's bathroom break. Yeah,
That's not bad.
I like that
That
one.
one's pretty
Yeah,
friendly.
that one's
That's
family
friendly.
so you can tell they had different like writers.
Right.
Yeah.
Dear canine caretaker,
Okay.
your neighbors doth lament over unfettered doggy excrements.
What
I-
the crap?
That one
like
seemed
that
like
one.
no. That one seemed like a stretch
A little
for me.
pretentious.
What, did it write that 300 years ago in
It
England?
feels like it. And then the last one I wrote down was not stepping in dog crappy makes your neighbors happy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
That one is a bit passive aggressive.
I feel like
Right.
a child wrote that one.
it very well could have been.
Right.
So here's the thing, though. Let me ask you this.
Please.
When you're taking your dog out to potty
Oh yeah.
and you see those signs, how does it make you feel?
I've got a keychain with dog bags. I'm ready. I'm not even using their bags.
Right.
Right.
They're
Now
bags.
you're just
Yeah.
paying double
Yeah.
bags.
Yep. Just for access to look at their bags, I'm paying. I do use their bins though. I do drop.
Well, there you go.
Right.
I don't
there
take
you
the
go.
turds home.
That's it.
Now, okay. Now see it this way.
Okay.
Would you, if somebody said, "Hey, you can take those dog
Mm.
turds with you,
Yep.
or you can pay $3 and never have to take any up to your apartment"?
This guy's been employed by the complex. This guy, he knows. He's
Well,
selling it.
$3 isn't that bad when
No,
you're
it's
thinking
not.
you don't have to carry those up any stairs.
That's true.
What?
However,
Okay.
that
There's
fee
more.
has-
You're getting
that-
a good deal.
that fee has jumped
Okay.
because of a new rule.
Okay.
So
Oh.
apparently, the landscaping service
Right.
has told management they are picking up too much poo.
Okay.
Yeah, and that some people aren't picking up their poop.
Right.
So management has decided that the landscaping company will, on their rounds, collect the poop and weigh it.
There's no way
Shut
that's
up.
happening.
If it weighs more than 10 pounds, each dog
There-
owner is feed $10.
There's
What?
no way that's happening.
There's a scale out in the main area where you can it's crazy.
They're pitting dog owners against each other.
What was once a united group,
is
dog
now
owners,
splintered.
Yeah, like, hey.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Your dog crap 10 pounds worth? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So and then you're like looking over your shoulder, like, are you picking up the poop?
Or you're trying to stop your dog, like your dog's like mid potty,
Mhm.
and you're like, hey, that's enough.
Yeah. Well, you
You
gotta
don't
pick
want
it up,
way too
Right.
much. Right.
They're
It's
picking
like
up
8
loose
pounds.
ones
Come
that
on.
nobody's picking up.
Come on.
So this is what I've called
Okay.
the Great Doo-Doo Divide.
This whole segment.
It's the
is just
saga
like,
of levers and takers, right?
oh my gosh.
This is not levers and takers like in the book by Daniel Quinn, Ishmael.
Right.
Different
Okay.
levers and takers.
I
right?
got
Okay.
you.
So now we have two groups, levers and takers.
Right.
Okay.
I'm a taker. I take my dog's poop.
Yeah, you have to.
Levers
morally.
have decided now that the $10 is a good fee. It's just a fee for service where we don't have to pick up our poop at
Oh,
all.
wow.
Yeah. Where the takers are like, no, it's good for the community.
I see.
So now there's like these two like groups.
humanity's
dog
been
owners.
divided.
Yep. And so they're shaming each other.
Right now, because now they see it as it's okay if I don't pick it up. I just
Bingo.
pay the $10.
I'm paying it anyways. Right.
Holy
Wow.
moly.
This-
But did they read the signs?
Oh, yeah, I know.
I mean, because the signs really break it down for us.
Yeah.
Don't be crappy. Make your neighbors happy.
If your dog potties and you see it,
Yep.
don't be a bully. Pick up the poop. That was one of the signs,
Okay.
right?
I think that one's crossed off the
There's
list.
a reason
Yeah.
why you
Don't
don't
read
read
Okay,
signs.
out
Here's the
loud.
thing, though. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you a lever? Or
I'm
you,
a taker.
you're a
in this
taker
sense,
because you're a good person.
Yeah, because you see old ladies walking around.
You don't want them
yeah,
slipping and
no.
falling.
No, you don't want them to fall.
So apparently, I don't. Apparently, the email that went out to all dog owners,
Yeah.
nobody was like, you could see all the recipients.
Okay.
So now there is an anonymous, and they are shaming doggy.
No way.
Yeah, it said like deadbeat Doberman dad dips dips on duty.
No.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but then it was like a silhouette of like someone just walking their dog, leaving the turtle behind. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just excited to be a part.
Bro,
Actually.
you're like 2 weeks away from like a vigilante showing up.
Oh, it's
like
gonna
some
be
kind
good.
of like doo-doo Batman shows up.
I
to, like,
guarantee you, somebody's smearing something on something.
come on,
easy.
dude.
Somebody's gonna. This is gonna turn into a fist fight.
Yeah.
Mankind
That's
has
something.
been
I'm excited.
divided, and we're gonna see how we stand.
The doo-doo divine.
Come on,
This is gonna be a headline.
Stay
at some
tuned.
Point.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Not a lot of people by the age of 21
Okay.
can say that they are an ace fighter pilot
Okay.
and a professional trumpet player.
Now I definitely cannot say those.
I could cover one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those two things usually don't go hand in hand. But they did for our friend Bob Snow.
Okay.
Good old Bob Snow.
That's a good name.
yeah.
He was good at a lot of things. He was known for playing brass instruments all throughout high school.
Okay.
And then as soon as he graduated, he joined the Navy, where he quickly excelled in their pilot program.
That's
Nice.
very close. Very related, actually.
Yeah.
It's an impressive resume.
Yeah.
If
I
you could
played-
toot a horn,
I
You
played
could fly a
trumpet.
plane.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Cameron's always said that.
yeah.
He played trumpet professionally, and he flew he's a fighter pilot.
Well,
Yeah,
they
that's
say like when you get in
incredible.
an F-14, it looks like a trombone.
100%.
Sitting there in front of you.
A lot of people say
He played
that.
trumpet though.
So fast forward to 1967.
Okay.
Bob has left the Navy after a successful career, 2 tours of duty.
Wow.
But he's still really young. He's in his late 20s. He's
And he's done.
donezo.
Wow.
He's done his service.
Perfect.
He's retired.
Love it.
He's got big hopes and dreams, but he's not quite sure like what he wants to do just yet.
Right.
He's in that in between stage of life,
Yeah.
where he's not sure which talent to kind of hone in.
Are there a lot
on.
of private sector jet fighter jobs out there?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
In the 60s used to be. He decides to casually take his trumpet playing skills on the road.
Okay.
Okay.
See what happens.
Yeah.
He joins a band called the South Hangar 6, and he
I get
starts
it.
touring
Yep. Me too.
all over the country with these guys. And he kind of realizes right away, like, if I'm ever going to make a living doing this,
Yeah.
I can't be on the road all the time.
I got to dump these guys.
Well, here's the thing. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because when you consider traveling cost, hotels,
Oh yeah.
and the fact that it's an 8-piece jazz band,
Okay.
That's
the
a lot
money-
of different
Yeah.
splits.
the money's
Lot
getting
of
split,
splits,
man.
Right.
So Bob Snow takes it upon himself to try and find a location that has multiple jazz venues in one area, so
Okay.
they can just kind of get these house gigs
Mm.
and settle down somewhere.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So as a musician, a house gig can be a really lucrative opportunity. Because basically, like, you're the band for this venue.
Yep.
Which means you got a constant flow of income and
Mhm.
revenue. So what Bob wants to do is find a location that's got like 4 or 5 clubs, live nearby, and just play locally.
Mhm.
And as it turns out, in the late 1960s, one of the best hotspots for jazz music was in a little town called Pensacola, Florida.
Jazz
Really?
capital of the world.
That's it. So the band relocates, and Bob Snow is personally kind of booking their gigs,
Right.
and they're really making a name for themselves in the panhandle portion of our state.
Love it.
But night after night, Bob's watching the club goers kind of come in and leave, and he gets this desire to be more than the band. Like, he kind of
Okay.
feels like,
Okay.
right now we're the entertainment, but I feel like we have so much more potential than this.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And so he says to his bandmates, like, what if instead of just, getting on stage and playing music, what if we owned the venue?
Oh.
Like,
That's
what if-
you want to be an owner.
What if we were
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
owners? And
You
so
don't
his,
want to be a performer. You want to be an owner.
Nice.
right. So his bandmates say to him, like, look, man, there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
All the venues already have owners.
Yes.
Okay.
None are like loose waiting for an ownership.
Exactly. Right. So you can't just waltz up to the current owner and be like, I would like to own this now.
Well, you can.
Yeah, you can.
It's always an option.
So the band is basically, they're making decent money, but they're not making by this venue money.
Okay. Like
Okay.
that makes
You
sense.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Yep.
So Bob Snow, he gets frustrated and he goes on a walk just to kind of get away, clear
Right,
his
yeah.
mind. And he feels like, look, I got bigger dreams than what these guys have. Like, I feel like I'm being held back.
Mm.
And as he's walking around downtown Pensacola contemplating this, he comes across this abandoned building.
Okay.
And it's a dilapidated brick warehouse that used to be the Pensacola Cigar and Tobacco Company.
Wow.
And no one's been inside this place for years. Bob Snow breaks in.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you didn't tell us he was a criminal.
Yeah.
He's breaking in.
I was behind him and supported him.
He's
but
looking
Not
around.
anymore.
As he's walking around, giving the self-tour of this abandoned factory,
Okay.
Trespassing.
Yeah. For
he
real.
goes, this is it.
That's the quote. This is it.
This is my venue. He loves it. So
Okay.
he starts doing some research and he finds out the city of Pensacola actually owns this building.
Mm-hmm.
So he approaches them the following day and they said they would lease it to him for $140 a month.
That's not bad.
Okay.
That seems like a deal.
It's not a
Seems like
bad
a good
deal.
deal.
And Bob, in fact, thinks it's a steal. And so the very next day, he signs the contract on the dotted lines. And now the building is his to do whatever he wants with it.
That's
Really?
perfect.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
He's an owner.
It's
Well,
a busted up.
He's a leaser.
Yeah, it's a busted up old cigar factory.
Yeah, my bed
Right.
smells good.
So, yeah, right. Bob, he's not rolling in cash. So he starts getting quotes to try and see just how much it would cost to kind of bring this place to life.
Mhm.
Those are bad numbers to get.
Yeah, I want to refurbish this place.
Mm-mm.
Let's get it running again.
But how are the acoustics? Amen.
Right, they smell good. Every estimate
Jeez.
at minimum to remodel this place is
Yeah.
$10,000.
Okay.
Oh, they started.
This is the late
Yeah.
60s.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
at minimum, it's $10K.
That's a lot.
He doesn't have that kind of money.
Mm-mm.
He's got nowhere close to it.
Right.
So Bob Snow goes to the Citizens Bank in town and he
Okay.
says, I need $10,000.
Hmm.
And they go, no.
Seems
And then
fair.
pulls
Yeah.
out a
to be
gun?
honest.
They're
Okay.
like, no. They
I want to
turn-
put 10 grand into this
Nope.
cigar factory.
you guys know that abandoned building?
Yeah.
I would like
Mhm.
$10,000 to
smells like
remodel it.
burnt leaves.
Yep.
Yeah, you
No.
remember that place? They turn him down multiple times. This
Okay.
guy's persistent. He keeps coming back. I guess they're annoyed by him
Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
because they go, look, I tell you what.
Really?
You prove to us that you're serious.
What?
Bring us $5,000.
Okay.
We'll give you the other half.
Whoa, nice.
Okay.
So now Bob
Okay.
Snow's like, okay,
Goes to another bank.
yeah. Can I get $5,000? Actually, he goes about it the hard way. Bob starts scrounging for money.
Mhm.
He had saved his last military paycheck for a rainy day,
Okay.
so he cashes that in $500 quick.
Nice.
Easy.
He
Quick
then
buy.
sells his car
Hmm.
$2,500.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Now he just can't get to work, but
Yeah,
That's
okay.
it. He's got $3K. He needs 2 more. And over the years, don't ask me how or why,
Okay.
Bob had acquired a collection of old antique shotguns.
okay.
That would have
He
been
wa-
my first stop, actually.
Here's the
Those
thing, though.
things
He
then.
loves these shotguns.
Oh, okay.
They're
He's
hard
an
to part
avid
with.
collector.
Yeah.
But he loves the idea of honing his own club so much more. He
Than a
pawns
shotgun.
his shotgun collection
Whoa.
for $1,950.
Oh, wow.
He's almost there.
Yeah.
So if you're doing the
He needs
math,
50
he needs
bucks.
50
I'm doing the
bucks.
math.
Bob
Play a
needs
trumpet
50
solo
bucks.
on the street or something.
Here's the thing. He does go to the street.
Mm.
For 2 days straight, Bob walks around Pensacola collecting glass bottles
Oh
that he can trade in for a nickel
This
a piece.
guy.
Use your skills,
There
bro.
are other options here.
He's just hustling. He spends 2 days collecting enough bottles
oh my god,
at a nickel a piece to raise the last 50 bucks he needs. He shows up to Citizens Bank,
Mhm.
tired, sweaty,
with a bunch
Filthy.
of bottles.
and goes, look, I've got 4,950 bucks and 300 bottles.
Oh my, what? He took the bottles?
No, he cashed them
thank
in
God.
somewhere else. Basically, he shows up there with 50% of the payment in hand,
Right.
and they go, okay, here's $5K.
Nice.
So
Wow.
now Bob Snow's got $10,000 to completely renovate the old cigar factory.
Here we go.
He walks in, bottles everywhere.
There's bottles
He's
everywhere.
like, crap.
So now he's got the money to renovate the place. He decides to name it the Rosie O'Grady's Good Time Emporium.
That does sound familiar.
Sounds classy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
Here's
know
the
if it's
thing.
the right
Emporium, I think, is the word.
The
That
Good
yeah,
Time
yeah.
Emporium. Yeah.
good time important. Well,
So
We'll
he
see.
buys a huge flashing lights kind of marquee
All
Nice.
to
right.
hang outside.
Okay.
And he resigns from his jazz band,
Oh, wow.
but then he immediately goes,
he ditched him.
I want to hire you guys to be the house
He's
band.
like, I'm not a player anymore, though.
I'm
I'm
going to
an
pay you
owner."
more than any other club in
Oh,
town.
wow.
Okay.
He's like, promise me, I got you. So he's got the band, he's got the marquee. Within a month, they're open for business.
Mm-hmm.
This place smashes. It takes
Really?
off. On its first weekend, the Rosie O'Grady's Good Time Emporium made enough money to not only pay the bank back the $5,000 loan,
No.
but also enough to get his giant collection of shotguns back from the pawn shop.
Okay.
Holy
wow.
cow.
By the end of the first month,
Still has no car though.
yeah, well, here's the thing. By the end of the first month, Bob Snow had netted $28,000.
No way.
He
Okay.
purchased the building next door outright, and then the following month purchased the building across the street.
What's happening?
There's a trend here.
One became a dance hall, the other became a full-service restaurant, but all of them retained the name Rosie O'Grady's Good Time Emporium.
Okay.
So basically what he's built is this kind of street complex
Right.
where you go
can
here.
Go to dinner.
Yeah, you've got a whole night of entertainment.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
That's the thing. So
Wow.
basically,
Wait, I'm sorry. Was the dancing separate than like the jazz club?
it was like a dance hall.
It was like his
Okay.
college. No dancing.
Right.
True. You can't dance in the
You
jazz hall.
separate the
have to-
two.
yeah.
You
If
separate
anybody
the
starts
two.
like getting up to dance,
They
go
shove
next
him
door.
over.
Sir,
please.
have a seat.
Yeah.
Or go next door. Here's the thing. When Bob first found these properties, they were basically abandoned. They're run down.
Right.
They're part of town nobody wants to go to. Now, downtown Pensacola is where it's happening.
Okay.
This is kind of basically people are now wanting to hang out where
Trendsetter.
2 months ago was a ghost town.
Right.
So Bob's popularity begins to spread as the guy who revitalized Pensacola.
Well,
Wow.
He's being called a real estate mogul,
okay.
a property flipper, which for him is super foreign because he just wanted to start his own jazz club. Like
Dude,
he
picked
wasn't
up bottles to buy
Yeah.
a building.
right, exactly. So the Good Time Emporium is considered to be the first dining and entertainment complex in the United States of America.
Wow.
The first of its kind.
Like medieval times.
There wasn't like a street of venue. Yeah, kind of. There wasn't like a street of like venues owned
Yeah.
by the same guy
Right,
under the
right.
same name. Bob Snow kind of like is the first to do this.
Like Pigeon Forge, like straight ripped his idea.
100%. Here's the thing though. Fast forward a couple
Okay.
months. Bob Snow's living the high life.
Right.
Mhm.
The Good Time Emporium's making waves across the entire
Love
state.
it.
People are coming all over to visit. Bob gets a phone call from a man named Carl T. Langford.
Okay.
As it turns out, Carl
Mhm.
T. is the mayor of a little town called Orlando.
Oh my gosh.
So he's heard about what-
right. Heard of that place.
This guy has heard about what Bob Snow has done for
Yeah.
Pensacola, and he wants it done in Orlando as well.
That's perfect.
So in 1967, Bob Snow makes the drive to Central Florida, and he has a meeting with the mayor of Orlando and a few commissioners.
Mhm.
Okay.
And they tell him they're in desperate need of his help because for the past 2 years, almost every entertainment business in downtown Orlando has been suffering.
Okay.
Because in 1965, Walt Disney opened up a new theme park called Disney World.
Right.
All right.
And now Disney World was kind of like this double-edged sword because it
Mm.
brought a ton of tourists to
But-
Orlando,
But they stayed there.
but they
only
stay
went to one
there
spot.
Yeah.
and they don't want to go do anything else.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So now people are like abandoning downtown Orlando.
Absolutely.
They're just ignoring it. They're
Yeah.
doing everything at Disney. So they hear what Bob Snow's done in Pensacola.
Mhm.
They call him in and they go, "We want you to do this in Orlando
We have
want
plenty
you
of
to-
bottles.
to
Plenty of
revitalize it.
bottles,
You
right.
can fundraise by collecting
Warehouses.
bottles."
Yep.
Bob goes, "When do we start?"
Really? He
Bob's
doesn't
like, "I'm in
see
this."
the giant mouse ears as a daunting
He
shadow.
didn't. He wasn't intimidated in the slightest. Bob put together a plan that was called the Church Street Station.
What?
Okay.
They purchased an old decommissioned train station downtown
Yeah.
and turned it into Rosie O'Grady's Good Time
What?
Emporium number 2.
Number two.
Number 2.
Okay.
That's the official
Well,
title.
He's not a name person.
He's not
a name
okay,
person.
okay, yeah.
He's not a creative name person.
Yeah. No.
Here's the thing. Following the exact same model as he used in Pensacola,
Mhm.
he began refurbishing previously abandoned buildings on
Okay.
Church Street in
Yeah.
downtown Orlando.
Right.
They became bars, dance halls, restaurants, and of course, jazz lounges.
Wow.
Before long, Bob Snow's Church Street Station complex had employed over 900 people and saw
Jeez.
3.5
What?
million people visit, becoming the only direct rival to Disney World itself.
Oh
That's
my
insane.
goodness.
In fact, as a response to Bob's success in
Uh-huh.
downtown Orlando, Disney created Pleasure Island, which
What?
measured.
Wow.
This mirrored almost exactly what Bob was
Right.
doing on
Yep.
Church Street.
Yes.
But they were doing it in Disney style on Disney property.
Which would be downtown Disney.
Exactly.
Right.
Mhm.
So till this day, almost 5 decades later, Bob Snow is still known as the father of downtown Orlando.
Really?
That's insane.
He takes
Wow.
credit for influencing not only entertainment culture at Disney, but also entertainment culture across the state of Florida.
I mean, it's
Unreal.
insane that this hasn't been done before. Like, it started in Pensacola, where
Mhm.
what do people want? They want to eat, they want to drink, and they want to be entertained.
And
Like,
oddly enough, that's not too far from New Orleans.
keep them in the same
Yep.
spot. Right.
Yeah.
And so he kind of took a model that was loosely there, but
Mhm.
not. He put it together.
Right. Like,
And-
in other cities, it's more organic. Like,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
different places that are near
Yep.
each other, not like the same owner that's like building a complex.
In a
Exactly.
warehouse.
And now it's relatively common. If you go to Orlando, Universal's got one, Disney's got
Yep.
one,
Oh, yeah.
Church Street's still kind of
Yeah.
a thing a little bit. So like they're all over now, but Bob Snow, I think what I love about this guy is he's a musician at heart. He's a fighter pilot, for crying out loud. And
Yeah.
he just wanted his own club.
Yeah.
That's-
And then the
nuts,
opportunity
actually.
presented itself, and he was like, cool, we'll do it down this one street because it's
What
convenient.
Nobody's else. Yeah,
No one's
nobody's there.
doing
That's
it.
nuts.
And he's flipping dilapidated properties into these now entertainment complexes.
Love it.
But yeah, the Good Time Emporium.
Yeah. Church Street's cool though.
It is cool,
coming
and
back.
it changed our state for the better. And what's interesting is it wasn't that long ago. Like if you ask Floridians about Church Street, about the historic area of Orlando, it seems further back than
Yep.
like the early 70s.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
But that they pivoted, they did this because Disney comes in, they're a powerhouse.
That's cool.
How do we compete?
Yeah.
And one dude's like, no, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, Bob Snow.
Bob,
If you're in Tampa and you go to
Snow.
Armature Works, think of this guy.
dude, for real.
Yeah.
Any
for
kind
real.
of places like that.
Yep.
We'll say it here first. The next time
Mhm.
you go eat at a conglomerate,
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Or food hall / bar / entertainment.
Entertainment,
venue.
yeah.
pause and kiss your fingers, hold them to the sky.
Say
Bob Snow.
Bob
Bob
Snow is
Snow.
my hero.
Episode 146.
Fly high, Bob Snow.
Fly
Fly high,
high,
Bob
fly
Snow.
higher than you could have ever imagined.
I like Cams.
FMOFM
why do you
podcast.
fix it?
That's where you can find us. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, most importantly, Patreon, because tons of bonus stuff on there.
yeah.
Bonus episodes, live stream. We're live streaming now.
Yep.
Live stream. We love you. We
I did a
appreciate you.
headline
Oh,
for
God.
live stream earlier because we do extra headlines for
Oh,
live
that's
stream.
true.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It might have crossed the line. I'm sorry,
It
live
did
stream.
cross the
It
line.
was
It was your
aggressive.
improvisational ad-libbing that crossed
Well,
the line.
Cameron
I
said
just tried to
things-
relate it to Wayne a little bit.
Okay.
I've known Cameron for a long time.
Right.
He said things I never dreamt of him saying.
like fly high, fly forever.
God bless you guys.
See you guys.